Question for Steve Clifford postgame goes to Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, what did you attribute some of the first half offensive woes? Was it more missing open shots? Was it pace of play? Um, was it missing open shots because the team practiced 5-on-5 last night?
I would say, we had I thought we had some good possessions where we created good shots. When we were, next play, move the ball, driving kick inside out. And then I think we got impatient too, as our worst stretches of play, and it's always going to be like this with our team, it's these one pass, four dribbles to a semi-good shot. And especially against a team like this with all that size, and they had really good intensity, you've got to make the next play. You've got to be able to move their size, try to get them moving around out of the paint before things are going to open up. And, then I thought in the even in the second quarter, we didn't shoot well, but we did a good job getting to the free throw line because we drove the ball hard. And, then we started making some shots in the second half. So I thought our offense got better as the game went on. And actually, our defense was a little bit better, too. We're just not nearly as detailed as we need to be.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, even when you were down there, you were winning the turnover battle. I think at one point, you were 22-0 in points off turnovers. How critical was the ball security and generating turnovers to keeping you in the game?
Yeah, I thought the two things that kept us, gave us a chance. Even at halftime, they had badly outplayed us, and it was only 13. And the two things were, we did a good job in the turnover game, and then the other thing was the free throw game. So, those are things that it's important to be good at. Like the old saying goes, winning always starts with not beating yourself. And those are two things that it's important to be good at, especially in important games.
Eric Wilson, 1070 The Zone.
Coach, being that this is your second scrimmage game and you've got one more against Denver on Monday, how are you feeling overall just about the production of the team? And when you get to the real season, these games are so important to the team. What's your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I'll know better when I watch the film. I made some notes in there. I talked to the guys a little bit about, we're just not as detailed as we need to be. We're too extended defensively. But those are things that I just, wrote down or, I have in my mind. The film tells all. And when you tell the film, I'll have a lot better idea of what we need to work on tomorrow. In terms of how I feel, I still, and, I'm talking to the other 7 coaches in our area every night. I think everybody's the same way. It's uncharted waters. Obviously the overall play isn't, great, but it'll get better. You're still asking great players to go out and play important games when they're in places they've never been before. And I think you have to understand that as a coach. And it's the same thing. We're going to continue to do the same thing. Practice in a way that they can try to get their games in rhythm, become more organized ourselves with everything that we're doing, and try to stay injury-free. And hopefully that will be a recipe that will help us get better. But if this was a training camp, I would have a feel for in week 2.5, we're ahead of schedule. We're good on offense, not as good on defense. To be honest, this is also new. I still think it's day-to-day, evaluate, make the best decisions, and have a good day tomorrow.
Josh Robbins.
Steve, what were your initial impressions without watching the film of how Mo played? And are you at a point yet where you've decided who will be the first center off the bench when the regular season games start?
Yeah, I'll watch the film. I think they both will probably end up playing. Mo's, on a minute restriction, obviously. So, I think everybody's going to end up playing, Josh. But, I mean, I think, Moses, he was able to play more minutes tonight than he did last time, and he's got to continue to do extra work. And I think as he gets in, gets his conditioning level up, and he'll be able to play, play better. So, we'll see.
Nick Friedel, ESPN.
Cliff, the news came down during your game that Tibbs got the Knicks job. Just curious, one, how happy are you to have him back in the league? And two, how do you think he will fare on that stage day-to-day in the Garden?
I mean, I was told that during the game. It's great news, and as soon as we get back, I'll call him. I mean, look, he's one of my closest friends. He's one of the best coaches in the league, and he understands New York. He was in New York for a long time. New York is a different animal. He understands the fan base. He understands the New York media, and he's a great coach. So he'll do great there, and it's a great hire on their part.
Okay, we have time for a few more. Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports.
Cliff, what are the challenges of figuring out where you guys are at offensively from a flow perspective without having Markelle here early on?
Yeah, it's more difficult. And the other thing is, because I wanted to, I've been careful about the minutes, and then I want to get everybody time is on Monday, we'll get to more different playing groups. Like tonight, I didn't worry as much about that. And it definitely hurts when you break the lineup. They did the same thing, so it's not as noticeable. But on Monday, we'll sub in more of a way, so there's playing groups when we break the lineup that you'd be more likely to see, when the games that count for real start.
Lucas from Cafe Belgrado in Brazil.
Hi, Steve. What's the main thing that your team could do before this long pause that's still not ideal? And what point do you expect to be at full speed?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing, and we had stretches of it tonight, is just to get back to playing Magic defense. The way we played last year and the way we played like the first 45, 46, 47 games this year. And, we need to do that. If we do, and we can combine that with the type of offense we were playing the last 15 to 18 games, then we'll have a chance to be a factor. But we've got to get back into the details at the defensive end of the floor.
Okay, thanks, Cliff.
Thank you.